And let's have a look at that GU that we was looking at. And we had a few different options. Remember yesterday we were speaking about it? A few different options of what this market may do. At the moment, we are looking like we did this one. At the moment, we're looking like this is what happened. What's happening, yeah, is we've seen that market grab some liquidity from below these lows. This is what the market was doing here. This was yesterday. Market was going sideways. But it wasn't yesterday, it was whole week. Market's been going sideways. Yeah, been going sideways. It's been going sideways for the whole week. We've seen this liquidity grab. Nam, 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 nam. Yeah, now if we used to look at some structure, we've gone up above a little high here. So kind of have a look. If I was to put in a little range in like this, you see, the market's just closed above this little high where the market's kind of going sideways in here. And maybe what this market's going to do now is continue pushing all the way up into some of these imbalances and some of these concerns that we had marked up above. So on a bigger time frame, on our bigger Russian doll, this push outside was an indication. And we said that this market could correct all the way back up into these levels because there's imbalance and there's imbalance in here. All right, so maybe that's what the market's doing. If I go to my daily, you can see it a bit better. Let me move these things out of the way. Let me hide them. It's maybe better. Hide. Right click in it, hide. So maybe this market has indicated on a daily what it wants to do, closing below some of these levels here. Try and draw them a bit better. Yeah, closing below those levels. And now it's going to make its correction on a bigger time frame back up into these spaces. And it's allowed to come all the way back up in here once it doesn't break this 50% level. Okay, which we've got in there in the form of this white line. I'm going to make a solid line and I'm going to label it. All right, I'm going to label it 50. Okay, so this is what's happening in a much bigger time frame, bigger picture, that this market could decide that what it was doing here was doing the hokey cokey for some time, as in the whole week in this range. Now it's just nam, 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 nam. Could have been an indication, correction, continuation, but it looks like it was an indication. And now going this way, oh no, no longer an indication, a liquidity grab. Grabbing the liquidity below these levels and now running in the opposite direction. Okay, so if we look at even that range of how it's pushing up, this is the range of how it's pushing up between here. I'm going to redraw this line. Okay, remember what we were discussing yesterday, that even when we're looking at a great trade and the market's doing certain things, in an ideal world, here it is. I'm just trying to touch that low real quick. In an ideal world, I still would like to buy in a discount, at a discount. Okay, I would still like to buy at a discount. So even now, I see this market pushing up. It might continue to go up and up and up and up if it's trying to. If that was just a liquidity grab and it wants to push all the way up in here. Okay, is that I'd still want to buy from down on this discounted line. Yeah. So like, or I'm gonna hit the button and my stop's got to be below that discounted line. Okay, but I've also right now is also a pivotal time. That is this market actually indicating, and it just wants to. This is all a retracement, and it's going to continue falling on the basis that it doesn't want to break this 50% level, which is 50% of that sideways action for the whole week. That's why there's another white line in here. There's a white line in there, and there's a big old white line up in there, 50%. This one would also be 50%. Okay, so maybe the market is, but not on a 15-minute time frame, because it's violated some 15-minute structure. But maybe on a larger time frame, let's say an hour, that this market was indicating, correcting, continue, because on an hour time frame, here's the high. Yeah, there's the next high. So maybe the market was just having a nice little indication all the way down here, closing down here, little correction, and it's going to continue, start coming all the way down here. All right, I don't believe so, but we shall see if this market starts breaking structure bearishly and breaking outside of that range that I've drawn, which is those two blue lines. Okay, we shall see. Yeah, at the moment, even if it's bullish market, I would like to buy at a discount. I'd like to buy down here on this line. Okay, if it is bearish right now and it's deciding that it's come to this 50%, it's going to indicate correct, continue all the way down and start coming all the way past these levels. Well, I may have an option to get in as it breaks this structure. As it breaks this structure, I might have an option to do that, get in here. Maybe, but I'd be very dubious, you know, because it could just decide it wants to tap into this level and keep going in this direction. So I'd either be protecting my position immediately, or I'll be waiting patiently to see whether or not from here we start breaking outside of this blue range and breaking this structure and ultimately showing that it wants to continue coming down here. All right, that's my options. Yeah, right now this market's pushed up to this blue line. If it keeps going up here and starts closing above this 50% range, well, yeah, boom. This market's going to keep going. And for that purpose, I can choose to get in as it indicates corrects and continues up here. And I can either place my stop in a safe place down here or an aggressive stop below the last low. So right now it is coming to a little bit of structure in here. Is this market going to come down here to give me a great entry down here as I see it breaking structure like this? Or is it going to push past here? Decide it wants to keep coming down, yeah, because the market actually wants to start trading down bearishly. Remember, I am overall bearish in this market. Overall, I want to sell this market. Yeah. Why do I say that? I say that because on a bigger picture, on a
I've got some news to add as well. I've just read that Israel has struck Iran.
I did read that as well first thing in the morning. All right, for that reason is why I was looking at gold. Okay. Because obviously, you know, if this is war now, which is, you know, fantastic. It's the only thing the world seems to do very well, yeah, is, you know, go to war. Is that we may see our gold market rally again and even push up further. Because, you know, we're looking at gold as a safe haven that people, when in a time of fear, they invest into. Okay, now what I'm saying is that it's a possibility that's the case. Now we know that there's going to be real implications on oil. Yeah, there's going to be implications on oil if war ensues. Okay, or, you know, even now. All right, let's have a quick look at oil. You know, we can look at the oil futures if we wanted to, or we can just look at you know, what's tradable. We can look at Brent, and we're expecting that if there is issues with the supply of oil, yeah, due to issues in the Middle East, then we would be expecting this market to become, does anybody know? What would you think? If you have some issues with this? Yeah,
Extremely.
I think so. All right. So let me try and break this chart down again. I'm going to delete this, all this stuff. I'm going to go into our charts and we're going to have a look at what's going on. So you know how it goes, guys. Doesn't matter what chart it is. Doesn't matter what market it is. I want to zoom out and understand what's going on. So for me, this market is trading, you know, within a range.
And we also look at NAS 100 after. It looks like it's made an indication.
Why not? All right. Why not? We do it quickly. So this market's trading within this range. All-time highs, some real lows in COVID. Okay. Now we can try and connect some dots. So connecting some dots would have been previously looking like this. Okay. Touching that highest point, the lowest point before the highest point. And ultimately the market has been trading within that range. Okay, if I go to my daily time frame, You can see that the market was up in here, pushed down bearish all the way to the bottom of the range. The bottom of the range, what are we potentially thinking at the bottom of any range? What would we be thinking at the bottom of any range?
To buy.
So that's why we've seen a reaction from the bottom of this range here. Can you see? Bullish, broke some structure, came all the way back down again, thought about it, pushed back up into these levels. Okay, then let's draw some lines. So at the moment, even within that box, we have another box. Yeah, this market is trading within, like so. Now, the current market, I'm drawing a line like this. Remember, I'm way out. I'm on my daily time frame. And if I can do this here, have a look. This is the range that the market's been trading within on a daily. Let's go to our 4 hour. We can see how the market structure panning out on the 4 hour. Very neat. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Drop down to our 1 hour. Have a look what's going on in the 1 hour. So this market came up here. If we was to draw some lines, it would look like this. The market came up here like so, touching the lowest point before this highest point, or even if you wanted to go in a bit more in here, touching this lowest point for this highest point, and then the market went sideways in here for some time. Yeah, can you see? Went sideways in here for some time, and then boom, broke out to the downside, touched the bottom of our range again. What a coinky dink. Yeah, and then it exploded from here. All right, who knows what happened with this explosion? And now it's coming down to a level whereby we may see a bullish reaction from this level. Okay, because for whatever reason, there was huge amount of demand that came in from this price point over here. Boom, strength and speed. And now we're coming back down to that area here. So I'm definitely interested to see whether we're going to have a bullish reaction here, but I cannot just hit the button like I'm playing Snap. Okay, I cannot. I have to rely and believe in the strategy. So how I can see this market's pushing down like so. Like even in here, again, I'm very conscious that this market might wick down, push down towards this blue line. It might do, yeah, capture some liquidity from below these levels. It may do, all right, because I'd prefer to buy on that blue line because I always want to buy at the cheapest discount I can possibly do. But look, on a 5 minute time frame, you can see this is 5 minute high. If I go all the way down to my 1 minute time frame, which we don't want to be, but I was just have it just because it's there, all right. We can see this market this is the angle it's been pushing down within, like so. And any minute now, today, we may get a reaction. And let me make these different color. First, I'm gonna make them brighter. I'll make them pink. Make this one brighter. All right, that we may get a reaction bullish out of here. Now, obviously, for us to get in on this 1 minute time frame, which we don't need to, we want to see some things breaking structurally. And the easiest place where I can see structure here is here, maybe a little bit of minor in here, maybe here, and maybe here on a much smaller time frame. On a 5 minute time frame, we're waiting to see structure broken over here, indication, correction, and continuation to happen like so for us to really get into it. Okay, prior to that, I'm not doing jack squat because for all I know, this market might want to come down here first and nam, capture liquidity. And on a 1 minute time frame, as I said, when you're getting very small, you haven't got that much confirmations. Right now, we're seeing a little bit of a reaction. Maybe that reaction is just to come and close up some of these imbalances. For argument's sake, have a look here at these imbalances. Whoops. If I look at these imbalances here using our little indicator. For all I know, the market's coming to close up this little green imbalance. These little green imbalance, and it's going to continue coming down into this space. So you have to be wary about that. However, from a fundamental perspective, we understand that there, potentially could be some bullish, some bullish energy in relation to oil due to what's going on in the world. Yeah, and what's going on in the world is, as we said, what the world does very well, which is war, which is unfortunate. Okay, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we may see gold going up. We may see oil going up. Okay, we may see indices going down. Okay, because people are thinking to themselves, you know, forget about me investing in this company. I'm just trying to stay safe throughout the war. All right. Yeah. So can you see this energy that's happening here? Boom, 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 boom. And like I said once again, if you was trying to understand lot size, you know, let's have a look whether or not we can get it in here. Let's just go and look in here. Brent, yeah, XBR, USD. Okay, let's go and have a look over here if I can pull it up like that. Rwanda doesn't recognize. Oh, Rwanda recognizes it how it recognizes it. Right, like this. So it should be the same chart. Similarly, you want to be going in here, understanding how you're going to, because it is going to be different. You are now going into a different asset class. Okay, so you want to be able to learn what your contract size is on your broker, and I showed you how to do that. Yeah, I showed you how to do that. How you did that is by going into here, clicking your symbols, trying to find out, you know, there's Brent crude, UK oil raw. Double clicking it if it's not checked, so it's highlighted now. It's going to be in your list, and here it says contract size is 10. Right. So then when I go over here and I go to view, I go to market watch. See it here. Then when I add it to my chart, and then I make my chart as I want to see it within my template. Now I'm taking some sort of trade and I'm looking at it. Also, guys, you know, this is what I do sometimes. I move this. I kind of like it over here. If it's going to do, is it going to do? There you go. Just the way sometimes I like to see it. I just have my time zones over here to my right hand side. Okay. So when we're looking here, we're looking for an excuse to get in, and we decided that we want to get into the trade. You know, maybe the contract sizes here is, I actually don't think it is. And what I say is best is that when you take your very first trade, whatever number comes up here, and drop a decimal to check it. Yeah. So for argument's sake, let's imagine that I'm here and I only want to be risking $100, and it's saying 5. If I don't think, if my very, very first trade in this, what I should do is put a 0.5 and see if 0.5, where my stop loss is $100, or is it going to be $10? So if it's $10, you know that this is correct and you're happy. Okay. So let's have a look here. You know, we're seeing this is on a 30-second time frame, which I'm just looking at. We've seen an indication. All right. We've seen some form of corrections. All right. But we haven't seen no closure above here at the moment on a 30-second time frame, which I do not recommend. Do not recommend you be in it. All right. So if you're on a 5-minute time frame, we're waiting for some price action to break up off here and do something. Okay, because the price might decide it wants to come down in here. But what I will say is that little range that I drew, this pink range, have a look. The market is currently broke outside. Price is currently broken outside the market there, looking like it may want to do something else. Okay, now it might just want to make a little retracement before coming down some more. Okay, that's the fear, that it may just want to make a little retracement, because look at that imbalance. Have a look. Yeah, maybe just wants to make a little retracement, tap into that imbalance before coming down a little bit more down in here. And then maybe when we see markets open today, 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2:30, boom, then we might see it move from down here, or maybe from down actually on this blue line. Who knows? Okay. Also, we must look left to understand what's going on left. There is further imbalances. Yeah, this is all imbalance also. Can't ignore it. Yeah, so you know, if it wants to, it might decide it wants to come all the way down here, close up this imbalance. Yeah, as well as grab some liquidity from below here, nam, because that's where all the stop losses are going to be after seeing this explosion from here. It might come all the way down here, nam, and then go like a meteorite. And you might see it align with time when the market's open, because that's when we're expecting the real volume to come into the markets and for it to start getting active. Yeah. So we can, in this indicator here, is when I see this white line come in here, 1 o'clock, and then I'll start seeing some it getting active, doing some things. Okay. So we can see here, Asian session. This thing got very, very bullish over the Asian session. Yeah, this has all happened over Asian session. So this is, like I said to you, this is showing the differences between the different pairs. All this energy happened over Asian session last night. Okay, so it's come back here, it's corrected. Interesting. All right, on the bigger picture, let's get rid of this. On the bigger picture, as mentioned, the market has been trading within that yellow range. Okay, it's been trading within that yellow range, and you know, one may say that maybe the market wants to get over to the other end of that yellow range. Very, very possible. All right, but you have to watch it. You have to wait for your confirmations, and you've got to understand. Also, let me look to see whether I've drawn this. If I could draw this any better. I could possibly draw this line a little bit better, because there's some new data that came out, just from here to here. Angle. All right, that's the angle. We can see from here, you know, maybe we might start seeing a reaction any minute now. Okay, we might start seeing a reaction, but we shall see. Like I said, for me personally, especially when it comes to this, you know, oil and these kind of pairs, is you don't want to be too hasty. You might as well just wait for 5-minute confirmations. These are the safest place. All right, so there is seems to be trying to make a little bit of structure in here. So maybe because have we got a lower low there? Don't know if we've got a lower low. Ever so slightly, maybe got a lower low. So maybe I would adjust this. I'd adjust this line to take into consideration this highest point before the lowest point there. And on that basis, you know, we can get some better indication here, because indication into the imbalance, some correction, some continuation. That would be us getting in there very early and aggressive. Alternatively, we'd want it to break outside of this pink or blue range, like here. Yeah, and that is just about patience. So all it's about is patience. All right. Any other? Oh, sorry, Andy, you wanted to look at NAS real quick.
I think I was wrong about NAS.
Let's have a look and see why you might have been wrong, and see why you even thought to yourself you might have been wrong. All right, so I'm going to delete everything off this chart. Move this out of the way. Zoom out. Just get rid of all of this stuff. Okay. So for NAS, I'm going to draw some lines. Okay. Now we can draw a line like this. All right. Touching those data points. We can pull out a parallel line also. For now, just looking kind of like this. That's the kind of energy. Doesn't really matter too much on the top end at this distance. Then we want to zoom in and see Wagwan. I'm on my daily. And then we can see this energy going on from here, like so, touching the data points that we can see visible there. All right, if we want, we can put a top end in. Okay, we can zoom into our 4-hour, go and have a look and see what's going on. So on our 4-hour time frame, we can see how this market was pushing up like this. I'm trying to find the highest point. It's probably like around about this guy over here, one of these guys. Maybe it was this one. All right, doesn't matter too much, because when the market got up there, it started to go sideways. Okay, when the market got up here, it started to go sideways. And we've now recently just seen the market break outside of that sideways. I say recently, not recently, but You know, these are 4-hour candles. Indication, correction, continuation. Can you see our strategy every single time? Yeah, on a 4-hour time frame. Boom. That would have been you. Turn around and saying you're getting involved in there. At the moment, you'd be at a lovely 1 to 2 as that market pushes down. But unfortunately, we can't go back in time. So we're watching it as this market pushes down bearishly, like so. All right, towards our bigger Russian doll. All right, towards our bigger Russian doll, which is the low in the range, which ultimately on a bigger picture is coming into buy territory. We also want to make sure that we are looking at structure here, historical, yeah, structure. So we've got these levels that are coming in here. You know, we've got these levels in here. We've got a level in here where the market couldn't break. Let me make it like this. Let me make it like that. Yeah, we've got these levels in here. You know, we've got these levels of imbalance. These levels just below here to see, and I've put those in there. Now let's zoom in some more on the hour time frame. We can see how this market is ping, pong, ping, pong. Maybe now I've zoomed in, we can draw this a bit better, a bit more like that. Okay. Yeah, I love when it's just so neat. Everything just slots in how it's supposed to slot in. Look at that. Look how clean that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go in. Just making its way. Okay. Now we can see it came all the way down here to this level here. If I drew some lines, now it'll be breaking structure coming up here. The market is currently trading within this high in here. And the question is, are we going to push down here? Now on a bigger picture, I'm thinking to myself, we're getting to the point whereby we're going to be hitting a hard wall and maybe getting bullish up in here. Okay. Now, I don't know, but on a bigger picture, like I said, this is a cheap. It's in a cheap area. It's a cheap zone. This yellow, and you get closer you get to this yellow line, it's cheap. All right. So I'm looking at it to myself, well, we might push down some more. Let's try and measure and see what distance that is. You know, yeah, it's a lot of pips. You know, and definitely NAS can do those pips. Let's drop our time frame down here. See what's going on. You know, the market is trading up within a range like that. Okay, it's trading up within a range like that. That's the, now I'm drawing it. As you can see me, it's just a guide. You know, sometimes these things are not. This is the range at the moment. Something like this. You can see the market just had a little focus over there, and if it makes, when it makes a higher point, then I'll adjust this, but at the moment it hasn't made a higher point, so for now we're just here. You know, for me on a bigger picture, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, you could choose to sell into this level, yeah, but that is you selling into a level that potentially there's going to be high demand. There is imbalance over here. Yes. If I go to my daily time frame, look at that. There is imbalance in here that needs to be, you know, closed. It's tapped into that imbalance already. It's a little bit more imbalance just below it. Yeah. And the market might want to come down in here and really close the door. Maybe tap into this candlestick zone that we can see here on a daily time frame. A big bullish candlestick zone, which is that little red candle there. May do. Yeah, may do. I would say that, you know, this market is in an overall bullish market. It has been making a bearish retracement, and I think that around this area is an area that it could possibly turn around in, for the reason of being at the bottom of the range, for the reason of closing imbalance, for the reason of coming and capturing some liquidity below there before it decides to push back up. Also, let's have one more look. I added some confluence to it. Have a look. I'm going to do this. Oops, I'm going to go to my fib retracement. I'm going to take the whole impulse from here all the way up to this highest point. Can you see where 50% is sitting? 50% is all the way down there. So maybe this market might do a cheeky one. Try and push all the way down here before it suddenly wants to turn around. Let me remove my fib. With that green line there, I'm gonna mark it 50%. So as you can see, I've added all those different areas of knowledge and understanding of what this market may do. So on a smaller time frame right now, we're looking at the range, it's not a 10 out of 10 because you're buying into an area and you're buying in an overall area of demand, but that overall area is a much, much bigger area. I said we're already 600 pips off of my line. So I would, you could possibly wait here to see if you can get a breaker structure bearishly to trade into this imbalance. That might be a trade for today, but then you got to couple that with fundamentals, and the fundamentals are that if there is some war and there is concerns, and if the US dollar is going to strengthen, which we discussed the other day, then
probably
these
add confluences of a bearish indice market.
exactly, so which might mean exactly what I've just been talking about, trading deep into these imbalances and maybe getting all the way down here to the 50% level or not. But basically, so me saying, for even though we're at the bottom of that range, we may get deep into the bottom of the range. So you can keep an eye on this here. This is on a 15 minutes, this is on a 5 minute. So on a 15-minute time frame, your structure is here, okay, and here, and on a 5-minute time frame, you can see the markets come up to this highest point and ultimately it's trading within this range at the moment between here and here. That's what it's doing at the moment. It's come to the highest point and it's trading within this low and this high. All right, and yes, price is actually at the moment slightly breaking outside of my little range that I drew, but that's not enough for us to start hitting the button. That's just a guide, okay? I'm touching some data points in regards to this wick high and that wick high. Maybe this market's going to start trickling down in here. Personally, I'd be waiting to see what happens when this market does outside of this, because the reason why I say that is because we haven't quite got to the top of this orange range, unless I've drawn it really badly. We haven't quite got to up here yet. All right, and if we are going to sell, we want to sell from as premium as possible. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, my bro?
It does. Thank you very much.
That's a full breakdown. Anything else? Anything else? If no, if there is nothing else, I'm going to allow you guys to enjoy a little bit of music whilst I go and find something really great for us to watch, okay? But I'm going to draw the session to a close. I think it was a good session. We recorded both of them. Yes, we did. For the people that are at home, do like, subscribe. I've been watching it. They say, it starts off slow. Yeah, that's for sure. And obviously, I need to market more. And you guys can obviously share these episodes and these sessions whilst they're still available for us to build up our channel, okay? But have a look here. I'm going to turn your eyes to watching some beautiful females DJing. They're called TXC. They're quite big in the Amapiano space. Whilst I go and find something else, education for us to watch. But I would say good morning. God bless. Thank you very much for being present. I hope you've learned a lot this session in regards to how to set up your MT5 and how to absolutely prosper in these markets. Love and blessings, family.
Bless.
Many thanks.